Hi, everybody. My name is Aurora Light. I call myself this Joy Alchemist and Soul Embodiment Guide. I just love working with energy and supporting the joyful evolution of humanity. And I just started giving these energy updates that are really more like interpretations of the energy that I feel coming in, as well as a synthesis of some of the energy forecasts that I see and feel intuitively that my soul is like, yes, this is exactly what is happening. So I am this energy focal point where many different things come together, and then I filter it through my unique lens and expression. And I'm really speaking right now to the people who are the first embodiers of the energy on the planet that is shifting. Those of us who are basically anchoring in these new frequencies of love and light to the collective and really dropping density actively, who are on this ascension path and process and are doing the work, who whoever you are, if you're watching this, that's you. Even if you're not consciously doing this, the fact that you are drawn to my energy into this video means that you have been transmuting, transforming so much shit over the last year, especially. It really kicked up over the last few months. We were heading into 2020, and I could feel. I could really feel that the energy was going to be super intense, and heck, that is where we are at. And we have gone through a lot of different influxes of energy in various parts, our brains, our hearts, our bodies, all of this to prepare us for what is in this now and also what is to come. So last month we were in the energy of all the recalibration, rebalancing, resurrection, renewal, rebirth, regeneration, recalibration, all of that and more. And I certainly felt that we were being rebalanced to be able to have this ability to tune into more of who we really were and unlock more of our multidimensional selves. And people have been going through that process of awakening more so to the fact that they are so much more than these expressions, right? Awakening to our infinite potential. And we are now in May going through this process where we are coming into greater union with ourselves. So we are going to be moving through some energy on the divine feminine side, the divine masculine side, and into sacred union and right relationship with those aspects of ourselves, so that we can create this beautiful container at the next level of integration for our inner child and the divine innocence that we are, that is truly our expression and spark of the infinite creative consciousness that is dancing here in our bodies and experiencing it all. So regardless of your gender identity or your expression in this life biologically or how you feel, we all have a divine feminine and a divine masculine aspect to us. And the divine feminine part is what is really coming in strongly at the beginning of this month. And that is this I woke up today feeling it, and it honestly was blissful. I did not want to actually move myself into a waking state. That state, half between sleep, half between awake, felt like I was just awash in this beautiful, loving mother energy of bliss, and everything's going to be okay. And it was just so soft. And it was just perfect, this expression of pure beingness. And this is what we are returning to when we drop all of the density of the old programs about the divine feminine and all of the repression that it has been under for the last several millennia. Um, by tacit agreement, we did go away from balance so we could experience what that was like. And we're coming back into balance, but there is so much old shit that needs to be reprogrammed, renewed, like rebooted completely so that we could actually dissolve what isn't true about us, because we've just been running these old things that have been keeping us from realizing what we truly are. And we are these human beings, not doings. And so we're being asked as a whole, as humanity, to go deep into that stillness right now and drop the things that aren't actually life sustaining activities for the most part. And we have more time. And that time is an invitation to sink into this beingness. And then from that place of infinite creation, we are going to be able to start to raise our frequency to that which we actually are as your unique soul expression. So everyone has a different soul signature, a different soul essence expression with different light and sound and sacred geometry, but the beingness of it is the valuable thing, not the doingness of it. When a newborn baby comes out, there is nothing that they need to do to be this full expression of divine as a unique individual that is still this expression of the whole cosmos, just in this tiny baby. You can see the stars in their eyes, right? They don't have to earn their worthiness. They don't have to earn their value. They just have that innately, as does everything in nature and all of creation. So we are returning to honoring that beingness and deprogramming ourselves from the valuation of our worth and our value based upon outside sources. So part of the divine feminine power is creation, but also destruction. So as we tune more into this powerful energy of beingness, old stuff is going to be falling away so that creation can be easy and not always carry the weight of what was, right? We are moving into this new time and new energy. And as this dissolution of the old programming, patterns, thoughts, behaviors, and ways of being are being dissolved, removed, whatever you want to call it, there is this opportunity, because it's going to go one of either two ways. It can either be blissful as we sink into the surrender of the isness of that perfection that we truly are in our hearts, letting things fall away gracefully and with ease, or it can be absolutely painful when we're in resistance and we're fearing the process because we're like, oh, I need to hang on to everything. All of that fear and resistance is what sets us up for that pain. A very clear example of how one experience that can be the same physically or energetically, but based upon our level of perception will feel completely different, is sex. So the same sexual act can be absolutely blissful when it's got that feeling of surrender and trust and intimacy and allowing, or it can be horrifyingly terrifying and painful if we do not feel safe and we are in resistance to what is, because maybe it isn't safe, right? Maybe it is not in our highest and best good. And so the same experience can be had in so many different ways based upon the level of surrender and allowing and safety and comfort in our bodies. So I invite you all to move through this process more gracefully and with ease, is to allow your higher self to be that guide, because that's what's happening is our higher selves, all of our different levels are in the driver's seat. So this is not happening to you, but for you and as you. You are a co-creator in this entire evolutionary process that we are undergoing. So relaxing and allowing our higher selves to take the reins will support the body, and any process you can do to relax the body at this time. Breathing, moving, letting energy flow through you, moving enough that you feel like you've gotten rid of some of the nervous energy, but not so much that you are overworking yourself, because your body, mind, and soul are going through great big shifts and changes right now. And after we move into this divine feminine place of being, where our frequency and essence expression is so solid, then we are going to have this process of the divine masculine re-emerging by the dissolution of the things, programs, patterns, behaviors that don't serve. They need to fall away so that the divine masculine within us and in society and as a whole can be of service to the beingness. So the frequency of this beingness and who we really are is the most important expression for the divine masculine to be able to do the doing from that aligned place. So the doing is what will serve what we truly are, right? Which is moving into this union, this unity consciousness of harmony. And once the divine masculine, and there's a lot of old programming that we all carry about the doing and how it needs to be done and the forcing. None of that is truth. The truth is that the flow and the ease is possible when we're not fighting, right? When we are allowing it to be a harmonious expression, aligned and allied with the beingness of our true selves, right? When we are in that place, then things happen more gracefully with ease, and we don't have to be in that old paradigm of fight, flight, scarcity, us versus them, and all of that, because we're coming into this time of sacred reunion where divine feminine and divine masculine can unite because they've dropped the old shit that's not serving anymore, all those old programs and patterns and behaviors, so they can unite in this new expression of wholeness and unity within us. So yes, this is about the larger world, but it's mostly about within our own hearts. And as this happens, as this sacred union happens, they are able to create this vessel, this container for the divine innocence of our inner child, that part of ourselves that is so pure, like that newborn right from the stars, or like a toddler who has their own personality and their own feelings, but does not get it yet, right? All of the big reasons why something might be occurring, they don't get it. They're just like, ouch, this hurts, it's not fair. And the divine feminine and the divine masculine get to create the sacred container as the divine parents of our inner child at a level that we have never had before, where we can be the most loving and compassionate people, beings, expressions to our own self, to give ourselves all of the love we've ever needed. How would that shift you if you had all of the love you've ever needed, ever wanted, ever craved from outside yourself, if you could give yourself that? It's a game changer. It changes everything, because then our inner child feels safe, safe to fully be and unfurl and unwind. And there might be some tantrums, but those divine parents hold space. There are feelings that are going to arise, but like any child, when they fully express the feelings, then they're gone. They don't hang on to the moods, right? They allow it to flow. So this human expression that we're coming into is one where feelings and things are safe to be felt because of this sacred container we're creating for our own hearts. And then they no longer hold the charge and they can just go. So we go through the feelings without getting stuck in them. And we have so much more allowing and presence to be with what is. And then we are in our fullest expression of the divine creator, the divine innocence, that spark of pure creation that is what we are, being expressed as us in our unique soul essence. So this divine innocence expression, when it feels safe to fully be in its full humanity and divinity, can create with this ease and this flow and this grace, knowing that it's supported by the divine feminine and the divine masculine parents that have its back. What is this world going to look like when we all have our own back and we feel safe to feel the things we feel in our own heart, and we can go through it and express it without lashing out at everybody around us, because we feel held and loved in ways that we have always needed and always craved? Everything we need is within us. And we're coming into that divine time of sacred union where we get to have this unity, this expression of individuality, but in union with not only who we really are, but each other as well, because we are moving into that frequency of unity. And that's more of that is coming this summer, and I am so excited. But I just want to share with you that moving through this, like I said, is not going to be full of complete ease, because feelings are still going to come up. But when we have that solidity in our divine feminine and our divine masculine aspects, then the feelings can be fully felt, and they don't have that same devastation, right? They just are, and then they're gone, and then we can move on. As we drop this density, we're coming more into the fullness of our true expression of humanity. So May is full of these gifts. May is full of opportunities to love ourselves like never before, and to let the old shit go with love and gratitude, because it got us this far. But that was to merely survive in so many ways. And now, my friends, coming into the sacred union, it's time to thrive. So I am so, so, so grateful that we are here. And I'm holding space for all of you to move through all of this with as much grace and ease as you can, and know that we get to choose how relaxed we are going to be. And the more relaxed we can be, the more fun we can have. So it might not always be fun, but I think it's going to be a good one. So, and if it's not going to last forever. We're moving through so much at such breakneck speed. Be gentle with yourself and just breathe. All my love to you. If you would like to know how I can support you more with all of this divine feminine and divine masculine and interchild integration, I do offer one-on-one mentorship, as well as this Alchemical Creation Academy that is launching on May 11th. So I'll drop some links below, and so much love to you for being here and for being you. And just want to send you so much of my love. Thank you.